But the kids themselves, Jason, the young couple that had their baby kidnapped by Child Protective Services, have not yet been able to open their mouth in court. This, in the United States of America, the land of the free and the home of the brave. I'm William Wagener at the Santa Maria Kangaroo Courthouse in Santa Barbara, California.
Okay. What do you wish?
Mr. Kenworthy, Mr. McIntyre was given an offer which is considerably better than that recommended. If you'd like to think about it, Mr. Bixby, Mr. Kenworthy's attorney is in trial. I don't know if you had a chance to speak to Mr. Kenworthy. So, he is in trial. He requested to continue it 1 week. Mr. McIntyre would like 1 week to think about what his offer is. I don't know the state's offer. Mr. Kenworthy. So the bottom line is that both over 1 week, so Mr. Bixby can speak to his client and Mr. McIntyre can consider the offer.
Mr. Bixby did just his client's application mentioned that he probably might have to read what I want.
I don't know that. You're going to answer that in 1 week then? Please, so they can sort this out. Mr. McIntyre can speak to the lawyers. You don't get to speak to the judge. So, is that true? Is there a court order that says they can talk to each other in the jail?
I don't recall a specific court order. I recall discussions about it.
What does the docket say in the last court?
Nothing. That I can see. But
How would the sheriff accomplish that? That they would be in, like...
I think what we're talking about is doing it right here when you're all here, and if there was a booth and all that.
If the boot's open, then we can accomplish it today.
Without the repeater.
For Mr. Bixby present to listen to you talk to her. No, but why do you have to be present when she comes to her charge? But I don't understand. I thought you needed to talk over your own strategy. So we can accomplish the two of you talking together today, most likely, but I can't say when Mr. Bixby will be part of this conversation. Because he's in charge. So we can continue 1 week, and Deputy Smith is going to work on finding a room so that they can talk together here, hopefully before they go down. So when that room opens up, then they can be on either side of the glass.
Okay, March 10th.
I'm sorry, Mr. Scott, did you want to try to accommodate that meeting?
Yes, if they could stay up until that room is opened up, thank you very much.
Mr. Scott went approach sidebar.
Okay. I was on a roll.
I know. I'm asking for anybody to cut part of this.
You know what he's on the call last night. Morning. Well, young Mr. Rosenstrauss says that he didn't make any deal with the DA to testify against Cassidy Wentworthy, the young mom who had her baby kidnapped by Child Protective Services and has now been in custody for almost 3 months, along with her husband, without any jury trial, without any kind of due process. And then they were criminalized. It was a stage bust to arrest him for medicine that he needed for his shoulder pain. Apparently there was prescription medicine called Oxycontin. So, Mrs. Jones, what have they done to your son-in-law since he's been incarcerated these 3 months?
Talking to my daughter, she said she got letters that her husband had been pulled aside into a room, read his Miranda rights, and told that he was being charged with battery on another inmate.
So now they're going to add more charges against him. Do you think that's because the original arrest is bad and the original charges were bogus?
Oh, absolutely. I think they're trying to scare him, and I think these attorneys just absolutely let the clock run out. They should have been filing a flurry of motions from the beginning, and they're now. Jason's attorney didn't even know anything about this incident. Jason was put into isolation, a situation that was physically impossible. I asked his attorney to summons the rap sheet on the convict that made this allegation. Counsel's told me that these convicts will say anything for a cigarette, a carton of cigarettes, a razor blade. It's all getting smuggled in.
So you think the guards smuggled things in?
Well, they just actually ran a raid not long ago, and actually I guess it was social services that was overseeing the raid. So I don't know how else would stuff get in.
Well, I'm William Wagener with Denise Jones. This is really not about drugs in the drug bust. This case is really about Jason McIntyre, young dad, and his wife Cassidy Wentworthy, the daughter of Mrs. Jones, speaking out publicly against CPS kidnapping their baby under false charges. And when the false charges are put out public on YouTube and cable TV, they wanted to shut them up. So a drug bust was made. The drug they found, I am told, was a prescription drug he had for his pain in his shoulder. Is that right?
Yes.
And so now they've got him in jail, and now they falsely charged him, Denise says, with assault of another inmate. But that would be difficult because he's got cartilage problem in his shoulder, right-handed.
And the damages occurred to the inmate's right side of his face.
So it's unlikely any of this happened, but they're trying to pile on charges because their first original case won't hold water. And if they had an attorney that would actually put in the proper motions, they'd be out of jail, just like you saw the face of Mr. Rosenstrauss, who was also at the drug bust. And he walked out, told me his attorney had told him they dropped 3 charges, and he's going to get 60 days monitoring on the 4th charge, and he's out free and clear. Yet this young couple who had their baby kidnapped have been now incarcerated, both of them, for 2 months, and Jason, I think, almost 3 months, and now they're trying to pile on more charges to keep them locked up, to keep the child that CPS kidnapped under color of law.
William?
This is what federal funding does to your local law enforcement.
Might I just add, you know, you were there at the original hearing where Cassidy remanded herself to the court, and Jason was on his way to do that as well. They all wanted to be there on the same court date as Daryl, and to date, do you know that they still, even in their arraignment, have not entered a plea?
It's now 60 days later. She's been denied a speedy jury trial.
Or the ability to plea against those charges.
She wants to plea, and her attorney that was appointed for her has taken over, because by now they would have had to enter a plea. They're just holding these kids.
But they haven't, the kids haven't done that yet. No, they
but the kids themselves, Jason, the young couple that had their baby kidnapped by Child Protective Services, have not yet been able to open their mouth in court. This, in the United States of America, the land of the free and the home of the brave. I'm William Wagener at the Santa Maria Kangaroo Courthouse in Santa Barbara, California.